All right. We're on the countdown. That's pretty good. You got that on tape, right? Yes.
Tape.
Tape. Yes. Technical term. All right. 3, 2, 1. And here we go. Inaugural takeoff of Opa.
All right. Welcome to Mimosas with Mickey. We're so excited. Our inaugural introduction to Mimosas with Mickey. Mickey. Thank you.
Oh, that's not
mine.
Yeah,
Okay.
Keep going. You're doing great. It's a good
So
kickoff.
who are we? Why are you watching us? I'm Ruthie. This is Mike.
Hi, everybody.
We are your friendly neighborhood Disney addicts
There
from
you go.
Texas.
That was
Thank
from
you.
yours. There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And we're here to talk about all things Disney as grown-ups. Mike and I love going to Disney. We love the Disney parks. We love everything about the experience. And we thought we'd take some time and talk to you about it.
Hi.
So who are we? We've been married about 12 years. We're a blended family. We have 4 adult kids. We go to Disney a lot by ourselves without those 4 adult kids, as much as they'd like to go with us. And we wanted to take some time and share our love of Disney and the tips that we have.
My turn?
Yeah.
All right. She's absolutely right. This is something that we've been wanting to do a long time. Ruthie is a new, about a year into it, travel consultant. And it's something that she's dreamed about for a long time. And one of the things that got us kicked off on this project was her listening to a ton of Disney podcasts. There's a lot of great people out there. And so we were like, what do we have to offer to this? And I was like, this became our daily conversation in the car, no matter where we're going.
Car conversations. Hey, this podcast was asking these questions. And then we'd spend 40 minutes talking about the exact same thing.
Exactly.
So we decided, let's share some of our thoughts.
Exactly.
With you. And I'm just really glad you're along to learn about what we have to say.
And I want to go ahead and introduce the person that actually pushed us into this actual podcast today. We were sitting around about a week and a half ago. We had been talking about this. We've been doing stuff for about a year, wanting to get this started. And Reagan Hunter was at dinner with us, going out with my son. They're dating. Yay. And she goes, what are you guys wanting to do with this? And next thing I know, we have a website, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, we've got it all covered. And then she goes, I will help produce this. So let's all say hi to Reagan. Reagan over there, hey.
Hey, producer Reagan.
So Reagan got this thing up and running for us, and really excited about it. Ruthie is super knowledgeable about this.
So who are we? Why do you even want to listen to us, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So, yeah, I'm Ruthie.
And
I'm driving this thing.
No doubt about
I'm
that.
the Disney nut in the family. I do have a full-time job, but on the side, I'm a Disney travel planner. I can book trips to Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney, Tokyo Disney. That would be exciting to book. I haven't gone there myself, but I can book any of the Disney stuff. I absolutely love planning Disney trips.
She is definitely the planner. I am not. I am the yuck monkey. I am the tag along. I've learned most of my stuff with Disney through osmosis, and I think I'm pretty good at it now.
Yeah, you
actually. Yeah, I can follow along pretty. I'm more the guy that's Semper Gumby. I like to stay flexible. If something goes wrong in the parks, it is really funny to watch her stress for about 2 seconds, and then I'll go, no big deal, let's go do something else.
But so what you need to understand is I've always loved theme parks. I only went to Disney once as a kid. My parents took me when I was about 10, maybe 9. It was before Epcot was open. So, yeah, we're Gen Xers. Went to Magic Kingdom, loved it, but never really thought that much about it again. When I had small children, they were about 4 and 8. My parents offered to take us on a trip to Magic Kingdom with them. And I thought, well, that sounds really fun. But I hadn't been in so long. I didn't know about Epcot or Hollywood Studios or Animal Kingdom. So I bought books because this was before you could find a lot of information on the internet. There were a few boards, nothing like there is now. And I bought these books and I thought this is what anyone would do, right? I thought anyone would look
Any
up.
normal person, yes.
I thought so, right?
Right.
That you'd look up, figure out exactly how to do things, which way to go in the parks, which direction, how Fast Pass. This was before Fast Pass Plus. This was actually paper Fast Passes. I figured it all out. And we went on this trip and had an amazing time, just an incredible time. And I remember my parents kept telling me, this is so easy. We've heard this is difficult. We've heard that going to Disney is this stressful situation, and you made it easy. And I tell you what, all of the magic of Disney, add that to the magic I felt that I'd help someone have a wonderful vacation, the family that I loved, I'd help them make things easy. I mean, I was hooked. From then on, it was like, okay, when can I do this again? And don't get me wrong, the experience of being in the park is amazing to me. I cry every time I step onto Main Street.
I have video
Yeah, he does.
every time.
I cry every time we leave, even though I know I'm going to be back. There are multiple experiences that will make me tear up. Sometimes I'll just be standing there and I'll just get a stupid grin on my face from something a cast member would do or some little bit of magic. When Tink flies over me during Happily Ever After, I'm a basket case. But the planning is really the part that's got me hooked. I love planning trips. And so as a travel planner now, I can make that magic for other people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way that you love to wake up at 4 a.m. to go
book the dining
into
reservations.
another room and book a dining reservation for somebody.
Yeah, and I come back and I say, oh my gosh, I got them Oga's Cantina at the time they wanted. And he's like, that's great, honey.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
go back to bed. Yeah.
What about you?
Well, mine's a little bit different path. I grew up as a oil kid. I wasn't military, but it was moving every 3 or 4 years. And so one of those stops was in California. So we lived in Huntington Beach, which is right outside of Anaheim. My take on the Disney experience was more of a field trip, which kind of became mundane on that side of it. So when you and I got back into this, I'd only been to Disney once with my kids and my in-laws at the time, and it didn't really resonate as something that was really fun. It was a van trip down to Destin, and
Well, they didn't know how to do it right.
there was no doing it right. Yeah, it wasn't planned. It was very spontaneous, which didn't bother me at all.
Right.
It just wasn't the experience
Right.
that you were talking about. Not until we got into the family blended, where the kids got to go on a family moon with us.
Yeah, when we got married, we had our honeymoon, but then we wanted to have a family moon also. And so the family moon was, we rented an RV and we drove down to Orlando from Texas. And we stayed at Fort Wilderness Campgrounds in our RV because there aren't a lot of rooms for a family of six.
Yep.
But an RV was perfect. And we had an amazing week at Disney. Everyone loved it. It was really a great way for our family to come together. And he went, oh, now I get it. Now I get why you're going.
Totally different. And that was part of seeing you crying the first time we went on Main Street. That was different. And when we were going as the family, going around, I got a good look. This is something that really hooked her, was the planning of it the first time, the ease of it the second time. The technology was coming in, the planning was better, that the things you were finding for us were really great adventures. And I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed our family coming together. However, I will tell you that at that time I was like, boy, this is great that this is, they're older and we don't have to do it with them anymore. And not in a bad way. It was just...
Well, so then it gets to us going to Disney without the kids. So a couple of years after that first trip, after our family moon, I was really stressed at my full-time job. And Mike was thinking, how can I help Ruthie out? How can I help her feel a little bit better? And he said, how about if we went to Disney for a long weekend?
Yep.
And again, being a blended family, sometimes the kids were at their other houses. And so we had a weekend where the kids were going to be away. And I was really scared to tell them, to be honest. I thought they would be really upset.
I had a great way to tell him you didn't want to do it, though.
Yeah, no, he wanted to just check in on Facebook and say, here we are in Disney, and let the kids see it there. That just hurt my heart. I thought, they're going to be so upset. What are they going to do? They're going to be so mad. I don't want them to be mad, and we're not here to comfort them. And we kept going back and forth about this. It got to the week before we were going to leave, and I'll never forget this. We were in the minivan, right? This is when we still drove a minivan, and we had all the kids in the car.
Yep.
And I turned around. I said, I'm going to tell them. He said, fine, tell them. So I turned around and...
Oh, by the way, we have 2 girls and 2 boys.
Yeah. And at this point, the girls were maybe 14 or 15.
Yeah.
The boys were like 13 and 10, around there. So I turned around and I said, kids, I need to tell you something. There's something that we are very excited about.
We don't know if you will be.
And we don't know how you're going to take it. And I paused. And the girls almost simultaneously from the last row of the minivan went, oh my God, are you pregnant? And I said, no, but we're going to Disney without you.
They weren't as concerned about that.
They really didn't mind. So we went on that trip. Yeah. And that, I think, is really the turning point of our Disney relationship. Of we went, oh, we can have dates at Disney. We can have this fantastic, more adult experience that's not focused on necessarily the rides. We love the rides, but it's not really focused on the rides. It's focused on the different experiences. And let's find all of these fantastic experiences that happen to be here at Walt Disney World. So
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where it's brought us to. We've been experimenting with different ways to do Disney and listening to other people's views on it, different takes on it, and where they've gone and where we want to go with it. Yeah. And what has been really nice, what we're going to hopefully be able to expound upon in future podcasts, and I hope people will enjoy, is how we experience it as empty nesters. Call it adulting, call it what you want, but it gives us a different perspective on the parks and how the parks have evolved from the time we were kids and the time we had kids. So it's a different look at it. That's
who we are. That's what we're doing. We're going to be putting out the podcast.
Into the mic. There you go.
We're going to be putting out the podcast. You'll be able to find us on YouTube, on our website, mimosaswithmickey.com. My travel website, we'll be putting that link up there as well if you want to reach out to me for help with planning your travel through Magical Tripcations.
Couldn't ask for anybody better. She's really good at what she does.
And then just one last little note, other things you can find us on, we're actually both cosplayers as well. So, we're going to put our Instagram handles up here for our cosplay stuff if you want to follow us. But, we cosplay a lot of Disney and Marvel characters, Disney properties. So we like to have a lot of fun with all of that.
Yeah, and this gives us the opportunity to do it. We're all about experiences over actually things. Mm-hmm. Like, we'd rather have a trip. An experience that we do together, and Disney's really afforded us that. Cosplaying's afforded us that. The things that we take on right now have really afforded us experiences, and I think we have a lot to. You have a lot of ability to help people out to have those same experiences.
All right, so with that in mind, we're happy to have you all along on this journey. We look forward to sharing our experiences. What is the podcast called? So welcome to Mimosas with Mickey. Cheers.
First mimosa. So little Johnny, he's playing out back, okay? And a bee starts buzzing around his head. And he's like, oh, this isn't going to happen. So he picks up a fly swatter, smacks the bee down. About that time, his dad was walking out the back door and says, oh my gosh, Johnny, did you kill that bee? And he goes, of course. He goes, okay, 1 month without honey for you. It's like, oh, okay, fine. Little Johnny's playing in the backyard the next day, right? Butterfly goes by. Little Johnny's feeling really mischievous, catches the butterfly, starts pulling its wing off. Dad walks out the back door. What are you doing, Johnny? He said, nothing. He goes, you pulling the wings off that butterfly? He goes, maybe. Dad goes, all right, 1 month, no butter for you.
So no butter and no honey.
No butter and no honey, right? Next day, little Johnny, Dad, sitting at the breakfast table. Mom's making pancakes. All of a sudden, out from under the stove, a cockroach ran across the floor. Mom jumps on it, smashes it. Johnny looks at Dad. Dad looks at Johnny. Johnny says, "You want to tell her or you want me to?"